Hello, fights of friends. Over the seasons, I have been asked about an MMA Pick'em League. So Billy has put one together. He's been running it since 2008. This is on MMA Playground. I will leave a link to it down below. Just send a request to Rocky Mountain Wrecking Crew. When you get in here, it's fairly easy. You can see the top three from last week. From the last couple shows, season starting January 19th. I am number 1, Dutch Guy's number 2 in this one. But I can look at my pick'em history here. You can also bet on the site. But you can go through and let's just get an example of what I did last week on Thompson versus Pettis and how this works. So you get points, just like I always ask you guys and how I do my pick'ems. I pick the fighter that I think is going to win, what round they're going to end it in, and how it's going to finish, just how we do our polls. And you can see right here, like I picked Randa Marcos. So I got 5 points because I got the win. Now I would have gotten more points if I would have gotten the round and how she ends up winning. I picked judge's decision, unanimous majority decision, so I got 5 points for that. You go to Bryce Mitchell. I picked judge's decision, split decision. Ended up being a unanimous decision, so I got 7 points out of that one. This one, I got the round correct, but I said it was going to be a submission or tap out. It was a KO, so I got 5 points for the win. And also 2 points for the round. Now here's a perfect pick here. An example, Luis Pena. I said he's going to be the winner. It's going to be a judge's decision by unanimous or majority decision. I got it correctly on that one. Same thing with Curtis Blades up here. Unanimous majority decision. Now this one right here where I got 10 points, there's always a hot bout. I believe there always is. So you get double the points. That's why I got 10 points for this one. I picked Jussier De Silva to win, so I got 5 points for that. I picked him to end the fight in the third round by submission or tap out. He ended up by unanimous or majority decision, so that's 5 points. And then the 2 times I end up getting 10 points. And that ended up winning it for me in our league. How easy is it to just pick my picks for the week? Some people have told me they have been a little overwhelmed by all the choices on this site because there are a lot of choices. That is a good thing if you want to do other things, but if you want to just do what we do, I'm going to go to home and I'm going to go straight to the event I want to pick. It's already got everything in here. It shows me I'm Fights with Friends. It knows what league I'm in. I'm signed in. I don't have to do anything else other than that. Just go straight to Barboza versus Gaethje. I can do picks. I can do pool. I could do betting. We're going to do picks. And I had already started the picks, but I'm just going to do a quick pick. And I'm going to give you my picks. So, that could be an advantage to beating me this week. Let's start out Mark De La Rosa versus Alex Perez. Alex Perez 21-5. Mark De La Rosa 11-1. You get the stats, their knockouts, submissions, decisions, who they've won and lost to in most recent bouts. So here you go, Alex Perez and Mark De La Rosa. 4 knockouts, 6 submissions, 11 decisions for Perez. De La Rosa, 11-1. He's got a knockout, a sub, 4 decisions, and Playground history. There is his recent wins. Is that one against Tim Elliott? I'm going to go with Mark De La Rosa in this one, even though he's got less fights at this point, and he's got 6 submissions and his 11 wins, so I'm going to go with third round submission. That easy. Points are in. Sabino Maza versus Marina Rodriguez. I don't know a whole lot about these girls, so I'm not going to spend a whole long time. It's not that big of a deal, but I'm going to look over to Moraes. She's got 5 submissions in her 8 wins. She also has 3 losses. She is on a 2-fight losing streak, but 1 to Angela Hill and 1 to Carla Esparza. Very tough fighters. I don't recognize the name that Sabino Maza fought. Marna's got twice as many wins, so I'm going to pick Marna. This is not real scientific, but she's got a lot of submissions. Second round submission. You can kind of see how I'm doing this here. So I'm going to go ahead and go ahead to the very main fights just for the point of time so you guys aren't sitting here watching me all day. The ones that people are interested in. I am going to do Ray Bourque. He's just coming back and a fan favorite. I'm very happy he's coming back and happy that his son is doing better. Of course, his last loss was to Demetrius Johnson. October 2017. He's been out for a while. 2-2 in his last 4. You got Casey Kenny. This guy is a double weight champion in the LFA. If you don't know who this guy is, you might soon. And it's very tempting to pick him. This is maybe going to be a little bit of a hard pick, but also a lot of quality of opponent that he's faced. I think Casey Kenny, I think he goes to the 3rd round. I'm going to say his only loss is by decision. So he goes a long ways in his fights. I'm going to say Ray Bourque gets the decision, actually. And I'm going to say he goes by unanimous decision. So if Ray Bourque wins by unanimous decision, I'll get 11 points. If he wins by split decision, I'll get 7. But let's go up a little further to the main fights that you guys care about the most. I'm going to go start out with Josh Emmett versus Michael Johnson. And I've already filled these top 3 out. I'm going to say Josh Emmett gets a 2nd round knockout of a very durable Michael Johnson. I thought he was looking pretty good in that last fight against Jeremy Stephens before he got taken out. He has went the decision quite a few times. Johnson only knocked out once in his career. He's been submitted 8 times. Been to 4 decisions. You know what? Now that I look at this, Johnson's finished quite a few of these too. I'm actually going to switch this to unanimous decision. I think Michael Johnson is a pretty durable dude. The only time he's been knocked out was that Justin Gaethje fight. But I'm glad to see Josh Emmett back in there. David Branch against Jack Hermanson. David Branch does very well, except for against the very top opponents. Hermanson, 18-4. As you can see right here, he's got 11 knockouts, 4 subs, 3 decisions. His losses, he's been knocked out once, subbed twice, once in a decision. I'm going to pick David Branch. David Branch actually has 7 submissions. Hermanson's been submitted 4 times. So I'm actually going to switch that over. I'm going to say David Branch by a 2nd round submission. And I'm going to surprise everybody, I think, here with this last pick. Edson Barboza versus Justin Gaethje. I think Justin Gaethje finally uses his wrestling. I think he has no choice other than do that in this. I think he mixes in the strikes. I think it will be an exciting fight. But I don't think he can just stand there and match the firepower of Edson Barboza. The guy is he's too much of a sniper. And I know Justin Gaethje's got 16 knockouts in his 19 wins. If it's ever going to happen, if he's ever going to go in there and use his wrestling, it's got to be in this fight. And I think he finally does it. He's starting to think about how much damage he's taken in his career. And I'm going to say Justin Gaethje. I think there's going to be a ton of striking exchanges as well, though. I was thinking split decision. I'm actually going to say unanimous decision, Justin Gaethje. So I think he's going to get takedowns. I think that there's going to be a lot of striking, but I think he's going to get enough takedowns most rounds to make sure he wins the fights. So we'll see how I do on this. I'll put a link for this, like I said, MMA Playground. And there's my winners for the first ones. I got Justin Gaethje, unanimous decision. David Branch, subbing Jack Hermanson. Josh Emmett, unanimous decision over Michael Johnson. And I got a few more picks to go that I guess I will keep secret. But I wanted to show you guys how to do it and really make that big a pick. I wanted to make sure I picked the Justin Gaethje versus Edson Barboza fight. And I think this is a bold pick that Justin Gaethje, for maybe one of the first times in his career, switches up the style. But he did show great explosive wrestling when he was in the World Series of Fighting. I think we're actually going to see that again this time around. Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments, though. Who do you pick for these wins? Are you wanting to do an MMA pick'em? If not, that's fine. Make sure and check out the poll in the community, though, and vote on Justin Gaethje versus Edson Barboza. I would like to see you join us, me, Dutch Guy, and Billy in the league right now. Hey, can't be that hard. I won last week's pool. So maybe you win this week's pool. A lot of smart, intelligent MMA minds out there. So check it out. As always, I love you. I respect you. And I'll see your fine asses later.